I have a massive crush on my neighbor, Miss Johnson, but the problem is, she happens to be a single mom and a fitness freak with an insanely perfect figure. And on top of that, she treats me like a kid who never grew up, always asking me to fix her Wi-Fi or carry her groceries like I'm some unpaid intern in her life. But one day, I somehow gathered all my courage and I said, Miss Johnson, I think you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met in my entire life. I'm really good at fixing stuff, as you already know, but what I really want to fix is your loneliness. I promise I'll make you feel amazing, and I'll even mow your lawn for free for a whole year, if you just give me one chance to make some crazy love to you. On hearing all this nonsense, she started laughing and said to me, ha 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 ha, don't say such silly and stupid stuff. You're such a funny young man. And then she slammed the door in my face. I thought it was all over until the next day when she called me over and said, all right, I'll give you one night, but on one condition. Anything for you, Miss Johnson, I excitedly said. And then she continues, before we do anything, you need to watch me do a 2-hour yoga session without making a move, a sound, or even blinking too much. If you survive that, we'll do whatever you want. Is that clear? I don't know whether she was testing my patience or trying to scare me off, but I said, yes, I'll keep that in mind. So at exactly 9 p.m., I rang her doorbell and she immediately opened the door. Absolutely nervous and shocked, I went inside and sat on her couch while she rolled out her yoga mat. And then she started doing the most provocative stretches known to mankind, downward dog, cobra pose, and this one pose where her leg was practically behind her head. An hour later, it was getting really difficult for me. And just then she caught me staring like a hungry wild animal, so she angrily told me, why the hell are you looking at me like that, huh? To which I replied, but aren't you the one who told me to do such a thing? Now what else am I supposed to do, huh? On hearing this, she rolled her eyes and said, okay, fine, whatever. Then another hour passed, and finally the time came for the show. But somehow she didn't remember about that, and she was in the middle of some pretzel-like pose. So I quickly walked over, grabbed her by the waist and shouted, time's up, Miss Johnson, get ready for the best ride of your life now. On hearing this, she looked at me with fire in her eyes and said, are you out of your goddamn mind? But we had a deal, and it's already been 2 hours. Don't you dare break it now, I said to her. On hearing this, she angrily got up, tore her yoga gear in a second, and said, okay, fine, but please be quick. And then we did it until the sun came up. Now every morning when I mow her lawn, she brings me coffee. And on Sunday, we're meeting her mom to plan our wedding.